Welcome to the world of coordinate geometry, dear students. In today's session, we will be talking about a topic called as coordinate geometry. First, let us talk about distance formula. Dear students, if you observe carefully, I am recognizing 2 points in the plane A of x1, y1, B of x2, y2. These are the 2 points A and B. Now, distance between the points A and B, distance between the points A and B is given by the formula AB, that is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Dear students, the points need not be always in the first quadrant. It can be any quadrant, whether it is in first quadrant, second quadrant, or third quadrant, or fourth quadrant is immaterial. Here x1, x2, y1, y2 belongs to set of real numbers. Right? And of course, there is a clear proof for this. What is that proof? Look at this carefully, dear students. Do you agree with me? This distance is x1. Is that correct? And whereas this distance is y1. Similarly, this particular distance is x2. Is that correct? And this particular distance is y2. So now, you call this as AB, and let me erect a perpendicular from this line to this, that is this point. Let me call this as C. Right? Now, no doubt, ABC is a right angled triangle. Do you agree with me? Right angled triangle. Now, in this, do you agree with me? AB is the hypotenuse. AC and BC are the two sides. It's a matter of common sense, dear students. If this is x2 and this is x1, this will be x2 minus x1. That means to say AC is equal to x2 minus x1. Similarly, if this full length is y2 and if this length is y1, this will be BC will be y2 minus y1. Right? So BC is equal to y2 minus y1. And always remember that, right? Always remember that hypotenuse square is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. AB square is equal to AC square plus BC square, or AB is equal to AC square plus BC square under root. But here, AC we have got it as x2 minus x1. BC we got it as y2 minus y1. So AB is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So distance between the points P of x1, y1, Q of x2, y2 is given by the formula root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, irrespective of the position of x1, y1 and x2, y2. So what we did here is we just considered the triangle ABC. We found ABC triangle is a right angle triangle. Square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of other two sides. Using this particular concepts, we got this. I'll repeat this once again, dear students. Look at this carefully. We have to prove AB is equal to prove that AB is equal to root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is A and this point is B. Coordinates of A are x1, y1 and B are x2, y2. So A, and we have located a point C, which is intersection of perpendicular from x-axis to point P and perpendicular from y-axis to point A. So we got point C. So point C is the right angled vertex of the triangle, and this total length is x2 and this length is x1. Therefore, the distance AC is given by x2 minus x1. Similarly, this total length is y2 and this length is y1. Therefore, the length BC is given by y2 minus y1. Right? So we got AC is equal to x2 minus x1, BC that is equal to y2 minus y1. And using Pythagoras theorem, what we can say is AB square, that is square on the hypotenuse, is equal to sum of squares of other two sides, that is equal to AC square plus BC square. And you can easily say AB is equal to square root of AC square plus BC square. So we have just used that here. ABC is a right angle triangle. AB is equal to square root of AC square plus BC square. So AC is given by x2 minus x1, BC is given by y2 minus y1. So it is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Length AB is always given by x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Very importantly, dear students, you can also write this as x1 minus x2 whole square plus y1 minus y2 whole square under root. Both will give us the same value, because square of a negative number is a positive number. Following this, so the distance formula is given by distance between 2 points x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, that is equal to AB. Right? Remember, this point, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. It's a very, very, very simple concept. This is the first concept of coordinate geometry. And here the word coordinate geometry or analytical geometry means the geometry where we are going to use a formula to find out various lengths, areas, even, whatever kind of measurements you are doing. Usually when you are in your basic high school and primary school, whenever you are asked to find out the length, you used to, just take scale and compass and find out the length. Now we are using formula. Please make a note of this. We shall go to next concept. Hope you have understood the distance formula if 2 points are given x1, y1 and x2, y2. Now we are going to talk about another formula, and of course you can say this formula is a subset of the first formula whatever I have studied. So in place of x2, y2, if I write 0, 0, and in place of x1, y1, if I write x, y, we'll get this formula. What is distance formula, dear students? Root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now we are going to find out the distance between 2 points x, y and 0, 0. What is the distance between x, y and 0, 0? x2, y2, you write it as 0, 0, and x1, y1, you write it as x, y. You can easily find out. But however, there is another way, an easier way. That is, we'll just consider the point and we'll try to find out the formula for this. What is that formula? Look at this. This point is B of 0, 0. This point is A of x, y. And of course, you are asked to find out distance between these 2 points. Right? Do you agree with me? This distance, this is x. Is that correct? And this is y. Let me call this point as C. Right? Now, no doubt, BC is equal to x. Is that correct? BC is equal to x. And what about AC? AC is equal to y. It is evident from the graph. Now, no doubt, we can always write AB square for this triangle is equal to BC square plus AC square. What is the reason for this? BC and AC are the sides of the triangle. BC and AC are the sides of the triangle, where AB is the hypotenuse of the triangle. So hypotenuse square is sum of squares of the two sides. Therefore, AC square is AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square. So AB square is equal to BC square plus AC square. So no doubt, dear students, BC is equal to X, AC is equal to Y. Therefore, AB square is equal to BC square, that is X square, AC square, that is Y square. Therefore, AB is equal to what? Square root of X square plus Y square. So AB is equal to square root of X square plus Y square. So the distance between 2 points A of X comma Y and B of 0 comma 0 is square root of X square plus Y square. Clearly, dear students, the points A and B, see, one of these 2 points are on origin. If a point is in origin, another point is anywhere, then square and add the ordinate and abscissa of that under the root. Ordinate means Y coordinate, abscissa means X coordinate. So it's a very, very, very simple formula. Root of X square plus Y square is the distance for any point from the origin. So what is the first formula we have studied? That is distance formula, square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Second formula is root of x square plus y square. A simple formula, dear students. Hope you are understanding this. Right? These are the 2 basic formulae that we are going to discuss now, and we will be discussing few problems based on this. Most of the problems are quite easy, but it's just a mere substitution of formula. So, you should know few squares and square roots. That will make the problem easier for us. What kind of problems we will get here? Initially, we'll discuss problems which are based on finding out simple distances. Then we'll move on to the second level, that is where finding out the collinearity. When do you say the 3 points are collinear? Consider 3 points A, B, and C. A, B, and C are on the same line if and only if AB plus BC is equal to AC. That means to say sum of 2 distances is equal to the largest distance. Then only we can say the 3 points are collinear. If not, they form a triangle. 3 points either should make a triangle or a set or a line. And if 3 points are not collinear, definitely you can construct a circle passing through those 3 points. Hope you're understanding this. If you've understood this, we'll go to next question, or rather first question. And before that, remember, dear students, distance between 2 points P of x, A of x1 comma y1, B of x2 comma y2 is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And if a point is on origin, another point is somewhere in any of the 4 quadrants, then the distance from that point to origin is given by square root of x square plus y square, where x and y are the points on the point, or where x and y are the given point, where another point is origin. Hope you're understanding this. Right? Now let us discuss few problems. Look at the first question, dear students. Must know the relation between 3 points and triangle. When do you say 3 points form a triangle? 3 points form a triangle if they are not forming a line. Then you should understand when do the 3 points form a line. 3 points form a line if distance between the 3 points are in such a way that sum of any 2 distances is equal to third distance. Suppose ABC are the 3 points, you'll find out AB, BC and AC. Assume AB is equal to 2, BC is equal to 3, AC is equal to 5, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5. Then definitely ABC form a line. If the 3 points are forming a line, definitely they are not forming a triangle. Suppose AB is equal to 2, BC is equal to 3, AC is equal to 4. 2 plus 3 is 5, AC is 4. Definitely they are not forming a line, they are forming a triangle. If they are forming a triangle, then we will talk about what kind of triangle is it. So many types of triangle. What is the simplest triangle, dear students? No doubt it is equilateral triangle. Equilateral triangle is the simplest triangle we have. So what is the speciality of equilateral triangle? All the three sides are equal. Correct? What is the next important information? All the three, yes, angles are equal. And what is that equal to? All the angles are equal to 60 degrees. Why it is 60 degrees? Because sum of the three angles is equal to 180 degree. If you consider angle x are the three angles of a triangle, then because when it is an equilateral triangle, all the three angles should be equal. 3x is equal to 180 degree, x is equal to 60 degree. This you should have studied in your maybe third standard or fourth standard. Coming back, very importantly, dear students, if the triangle is equilateral, we will say all the three sides are equal. If the triangle is scalene, then the sides are not equal. If it is isosceles, two sides are equal. If it is right angle, then sum of squares of any two sides is equal to square of the third side. If it is isosceles right angle, then sum of squares of any two sides is equal to square on the third side. And one more information is the two sides are equal. Right? So there are so many ways of finding out the type of triangle. Before that, now let us discuss this. Let us discuss this question and let us see whether they form a triangle or not first. Look at this, dear students. Do the points 3, 2, minus 2, minus 3 and 2, 3 form a triangle. Very importantly, dear students, distance D is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. First case, right? Consider 3, 2 and minus 2, minus 3. Right? You call this as x1, call this as x2. Right? This is x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. Right? So now, let us call this as point A, point B. Right? What is AB? AB is given by square root of difference of x, that is x2 minus x1 whole square or x1 minus x2 whole square, anything will do. You can write it as x2 minus x1 whole square, minus 2 minus 3 whole square, right? Minus 2 minus 3 whole square, plus y2 minus y1 whole square, minus 3 minus 2 whole square. What is that equal to? That is equal to minus 2 minus 3. What is minus 2 minus 3? Minus 5. What is minus 5 whole square? Plus 25. Square root of 25 plus minus 2 minus 3, that is 25. That is square root of 2 times 25. Square root of 2, square root of 25. Square root of 25 is 5. 5 root 2. Is that correct? So, we got the answer AB as 5 root 2. Keep as it is. Now, let us consider BC. What is C? 2, 3. Call this as x3, y3. Okay. Now, find out BC. Method is same. Instead of x2, y2, we will write x3, y3. Instead of x1, y1, we will write x2, y2. That's all. So don't worry about the formula again. Just the difference of x you have to find out. x3 minus x1 whole square, that is square root of 2 minus of minus 2 whole square plus 3 minus of minus 3 whole square. 3 minus of minus 3 whole square. What is that equal to? 2 plus 2, 4. 4 square, 3 plus 3, 6. 4 square plus 6 square. 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 square. 3 plus 3 is 6, 6 square. 4 square is 16, 6 square is 36. 16 plus 36. What is 16 plus 36? That is equal to root of 6 plus 6, 12, 2, 1 carry, root 52. Root 52. What is root 52? Right? So, can we write this as 3 plus 1, 4, root 52. So, if we divide this by 4, 4 into 4 ones are 4, 12, 13. Is that correct? So, that is, you can write it as root 4, root 13. That is root of 4 into root of 13. What is root of 4 into root of 13? Root of 4 into root of 13 is 2 root 13. Is that correct? 2 root 13. Okay, root 16 plus root 36. Now what about AC? Now let us find out AC. What is AC? Now x3 minus x1 whole square plus y3 minus y1 whole square. 2 minus of minus 3 whole square. Is that correct? Square root of 2 minus of 3. 2 minus 3 whole square plus 3 minus 2 whole square. So that is equal to square root of 2 minus 3 minus 1. Minus 1 whole square is 1. So this is 3 minus 2, 1. 1 whole square is 1. That is equal to root 2. We got AC as root 2. AC as root 2. BC as 2 root 13. AB as 5 root 2. You can also write it as this as root 50. You can write this as root of 52. And you can write this as root of 2. Isn't it? This is root of 50, root of 52, root of 2. Now, if you observe carefully, dear students, if we square and add AB and AC, we will get BC, isn't it? Root 50 whole square plus root 2 whole square will give us root of 52 whole square. Root 50 whole square should give us 50. Root 2 whole square should give us 2. So root 50 whole square plus root 2 whole square should give us 50 plus 2, that is equal to 52. So that means to say what? Square of two smaller values is equal to square of the larger value, means the triangle must be a right angle triangle. Isn't it? So, if you observe carefully, AB square plus AC square is equal to AB square plus AC square is equal to, what is AB square? 50, root 50 whole square. What is AC square? Root 2 whole square. 50 plus 2, 52. And that is equal to BC square. Is that correct? Why BC square? BC is root 52. Therefore, BC square is 52. So that is equal to BC square. So what is your conclusion from this? So this implies, right, ABC is like this. ABC is what? Right angled triangle, RAT, right angled triangle. The triangle is like this, right? So BC, this is B, this is BC, this is A. AB square plus AC square is equal to BC square. So ABC is a right angle triangle. So in case of right angle triangle, sum of squares of any two sides is equal to square of the third side. So what is that you have understood here? What is the moral of this story? First you have to find out the sides. After finding out the sides, use the concept. If the triangle is, if it is a triangle, then you have to find out whether it is right angle triangle or not. To find out right angle triangle, what concept we'll use? We'll use a concept called as Pythagoras theorem. What is Pythagoras theorem? Square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of squares of any two sides. See here, that's what we got. Root of 52 is equal to root 50 plus root 2. Right? No, root of 52 whole square is equal to root 50 square plus root 2 square. Root 52 is not root 50 plus root 2. Don't get confused. Please make a note of this, dear students. Let me call diagonals must be equal. That we can talk later. 4 points in a plane form a square. Look at this. Consider the 4 points like this. If they form a square, then, right, if you consider the point, when does the 4 points in a plane form a square? Look at this. Consider the 4 points like this. If they form a square, then, right, if you consider the points as A, B, C, D, what is the condition, dear students? What is the condition? The 4 points form a square. AB must be equal to BC, that must be equal to CD, that must be equal to DA. So AB is equal to BC is equal to CD, that is equal to DA. And of course, the angle should be 90 degree, diagonal should bisect each other, and of course, that is it. But considering the present problem, what we will do is, we'll prove that all the 4 sides are equal. And diagonals must be equal, that we can talk later. Look at the question. Show that the points 1, 7, 4, 2, minus 1, minus 1, minus 4, 4, right? So let me call this as 1, 7, 4, 2, minus 1, minus 1, minus 4, 4. Right. Now let us find out what is AB. Remember, dear students, distance is given by, distance between any 2 points is given by a simple formula, that is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So what is AB, dear students? AB is given by 1 minus of minus 4. Can I write it as square root of, can I directly write it? 1 minus of minus 4. That is 1 plus 4 whole square plus 7 minus 4 whole square. What is 1 plus 4? 1 plus 4 is 5. Square root of 5 square, that is 25. 7 minus 4, 3. 3 square, 9. 25 plus 9 is root of 34. So we got AB as root 34. Now what about BC? What about BC? BC is given by 1, 7, 4, 2. Can I directly write it? 4 minus 1. 4 minus 1 whole square plus 2 minus 7 whole square. What is 4 minus 1? 3. What is 3 square? 9. Is that correct? What is 2 minus 7? 2 minus 7 is minus 5. What is minus 5 square? That is 25. So that is equal to root of 25 plus 9 or 9 plus 25. Both are equal to 34. So root of 34. Is that correct? Now what about AB, BC we got? Now what is CD? CD is given by square root of, right, minus 1 minus 2 whole square, minus 1 minus 2 whole square, plus minus 1 minus 1 minus 1 minus 4 whole square, plus minus 1 minus 2 whole square. So what is minus 1 minus 4? It is minus 5. What is minus 5 whole square? That is 25. What is 1 minus 1 minus 2? Minus 3. What is minus 3 whole square? Plus 9. What is that equal to? That is equal to root 34. So this is root of 34. We got AB, we got BC, we got CD. Now we have to find out what is DA. What is DA? Once again, that is equal to square root of minus 4 plus 1 whole square. Minus 4 plus 1 whole square plus 4 plus 1 whole square. So what is minus 4 plus 1? Minus 3 square. What is minus 3 whole square? That is plus 9. What is 4 plus 1? 5. What is 5 square? 25. So what is that equal to? That is equal to root of 34. So what we got? We got AB is equal to BC, that is equal to CA. Sorry, AB is equal to, what we got? We got AB is equal to BC, that is equal to CD, that is equal to DA. So all the four sides are equal. We can conclude that ABCD. We got AB is equal to BC, that is equal to CD, that is equal to DA. We can conclude that ABCD form a square. Actually, of course, we have to move further and prove that diagonals are of same size. And of course, it is evident from the figure. And for your 10th standard level, ಇದೊಂದು dialogue repeat ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. We have to prove that diagonals are of same length. But for your 10th standard level, this is sufficient. So we got AB is equal to BC, that is equal to CD, that is equal to DA. Therefore, the four sides are equal. Hope you're understanding this, dear students. So please make a note of this. We shall go to the next question. Dear students, now let us talk about the next question. Look at the question first. Find a relation between x and y such that the point x comma y is equidistant from the points 7 comma 1 and 3 comma 5. Dear students, you have to find a relation between x and y such that the point x comma y is equidistant from 2 points. Look at this. We have 2 points. Let us say one point is 7 comma 1 and another point is 3 comma 5. So we have our arbitrary point P of x comma y, which is located in such a way that you call this as A and you call this as B, right? PA is equal to PB. That is the meaning of this. PA is equal to PB, where A and B are fixed points given. And P is an arbitrary point. The coordinates of P are x comma y. And you have to find out PA and you have to find out PB and equate PA to PB. Dear students, you should know this. The distance between any 2 points is given by a very simple formula. Square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So what is the first step? Find out PA. What is the formula that we have to use? That is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. And then what are x1, y1 and x2, y2 here? Consider x2, y2 as x comma y. In place of x1, y1, write the coordinates of A. So you'll get PA. Then similarly find out PB. How to find out PB? Once again, consider x2, y2 as x comma y, and the coordinates of B as x1 comma y1. Look at this. PA is given by square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. As I told you before, consider x2 as x and y2 as y. However, x2 is x minus x1 is 7, x minus 7 whole square plus y2 is y minus 7, y minus 1 whole square. You can observe carefully, dear students. This is 7 comma 1, right? So x1 is 7, y1 is 1. So therefore, x2 minus 7 whole square plus y2 minus 7 whole square, or you can write it as x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square. Similarly, dear students, I know you will only answer this, what is PB? What is PB? Right? x2, y2, you consider that as x and y, and x1, y1. The new x1, y1 is 3 and 5. X minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square. So, no doubt, dear students, PA is equal to PB. This implies PA square is equal to PB square. Where did you get this? By just squaring both the sides, we got PA square is equal to PB square. Isn't it? So now we got PA square is equal to PB square. Now let us equate both. So if I square, no doubt the square root will cancel. Then what is left out, dear students? You can say this is x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square. That is obtained by squaring PA. We got PA square. And that should be equated to PB square. That is x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square. So now we have got x minus 7 whole square plus y minus 1 whole square to the left hand side, x minus 3 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square to the right hand side.